The World Heritage Convention invites the states parties to submit to the World Heritage Committee a periodic report on the implementation of the World Heritage Convention, including the state of conservation of all World Heritage properties located on its territory. As the second cycle of periodic reporting now draws to a close, the World Heritage Centre has collected some feedback from national focal points in the Europe region, as well as from experts involved in the periodic reporting process and from the advisory bodies to the World Heritage Committee. This allows us to showcase, in these videos, how key stakeholders view the process, the benefits, but also the future of periodic reporting.
Peut-être que ça, c'est une question qu'on devrait renforcer dans le prochain cycle, d'avoir spécifiquement un œil sur les questions transnationales et la coopération transnationale dans l'exercice du rapport périodique. Ce qu'on a souvent entendu, c'est que le questionnaire n'est pas tellement adapté pour les sites, les biens sériels ou transnationaux, donc c'est là certainement qu'il faudra trouver une solution à part ou spéciale.
Another probably part of the periodic reporting exercise that could be improved, it means not improved, but on the opposite, simplify, is the risk factors analysis. Because this is a very important part of the periodic reporting exercise. I would suggest to simplify the database of the risk factors.
Oui, en ce qui concerne les questionnaires, on a eu aussi des réponses de la part des gestionnaires qui trouvaient que des réponses pouvaient être améliorées. Notamment, on nous a dit qu'ils voulaient plus d'espace pour les commentaires parce que normalement ils veulent s'exprimer et ils se sentaient trop coincés dans ces questionnaires et ils voulaient plus d'espace. Aussi, des fois, il y avait des questions qui étaient difficiles à comprendre et dont il fallait un peu plus d'explications pour pouvoir les répondre, surtout dans les questions qui étaient à choix multiples et dans lesquelles ils ne se sentaient pas identifiés pour aucune des réponses. Ce serait une bonne idée de mettre d'autres réponses, des fois.
We think it could be shorter. It could be more adequate, it could be more focused on trends, and that would help getting answers that are more reliable than the ones we have now. One very important improvement that could be made is looking even more to positive aspects as well.
I suggest this to give more time to fill in the periodic reporting exercise because, of course, a period of 1 year that at the end becomes 6-7 months, it is too less. So it's better to link much more the different periodic reporting exercise. It means to give more time to filling in and to leave less time between the end of one periodic reporting exercise and the starting of the second one.
I think we can quit quite a few of the questions that were in this second cycle, and they can be replaced by questions that are asked more to site managers and focal points as well about how they look back and how they look forward.
Je crois qu'il ne faut pas changer trop les questions parce que ça ne permettra jamais du coup d'avoir une vraie comparaison et puis un vrai laps de temps, une vraie timeline comme disent les anglophones pour avoir des données qui peuvent être comparées. Donc à mon avis, il est fondamental qu'on ait cet exercice de rapport périodique tous les 6, 7 ou 8 ans pour avoir ces résultats dans un laps de temps qui rend possible aussi une certaine comparaison entre les différents sites.
Positive aspects that is undoubtedly a tool of improvement of awareness. So this is undoubtedly a good result of the periodic reporting exercise. And even if only for this reason, I guess that the periodic reporting exercise will remain one of the obligations of the implementation of the World Heritage Convention.
Certainly there are a number of issues that should be looked at during the reflection year of the exercise. And I'll not focus on one or another, but I think overall it has to be made a lot lighter while keeping at the same time a similar structure so that outcomes from next cycles can be comparable to the outcomes from the first and the second cycle.
Beyond the second cycle, because we expect there to be much more of a reliance on states parties to do this work on their own initiative. We expect there to be less resources available for the centre of the convention to animate periodic reporting. So I think what we really have to see moving on from the second cycle is practical actions that are going to make sense to the states, that will really show that this exercise is not just a regional survey, but actually leads to some concrete actions.
One of the points of an exercise like this is that you get trend data, so you can see how things are improving or getting worse. The third cycle will presumably have to be more simple because the resources to do it are less and less, and probably more directed by the states parties than from the centre. And it needs to be looked at to make it more useful for the states parties. And so it's more focused on their needs as well as on those of the committee.
My experience has been that periodic reporting has been a very heavy exercise in both the first cycle as well as the second cycle. And the future I would prefer is to have it as a much lighter process, whereby we make use of the tools, available tools, both information technology tools and knowledge management tools, which will enable the states parties to the convention to report on their own without having the secretariat and the advisory bodies to accompany them throughout the whole process and guide them through the process. If we have tutorials and guides and other materials prepared, I think they should be able to do it on their own now that they have experience of periodic reporting over 2 cycles. We should look at how the convention has impacted and contributed to sustainable development. Impact in terms of achieving heritage conservation, but also in terms of building capacities of institutions and individuals in the country. So I think we have to aim at something much more than what the convention and the operational guidelines foresee.